Hey there, welcome to a 4-Minute Friday, and this week I want to help you with lead generation. Hi there, welcome. I'm Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk. As I said, this is 4-Minute Friday, where I usually take just 4 minutes of your time to share with you a tip, a strategy, or a tactic that'll help you make more sales. However, I say usually because this week I do actually want to take a bit more of your time. I want to actually provide some training really, rather than just a tip or a tactic. And I need to do this because lead generation is a little bit more sophisticated and needs you to think in a very specific way if you want to be successful. So this video will be a few more than 4 minutes, but as I said, you will get significantly greater value from it. Now, I want to start by telling you a little story. So this week on Wednesday, I went to see one of my existing coaching clients. I've worked with them for a number of years now, and we've just implemented a telesales activity into their lead generation actions. And we've used an external agency, and it is going incredibly well. We are getting leads, and not just any lead, but really high quality leads that are turning into sales opportunities. And we're getting these on a consistent basis every week. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I went to see a prospective customer, and we were talking about what they do currently for lead generation. And they said they had just done a telesales activity with an agency and had got no leads whatsoever. Now, that is a familiar story. I've experienced that with many prospective clients and existing clients over the years. Telesales agencies providing absolutely zero results. So when I was talking to them, I mentioned this other company and what the results they were getting, and it turns out it's the exact same agency that they both used. So the question, how does one company generate significant high quality leads and the other end up with nothing? Now, the key is the fact that all lead generation should be built into a campaign, and it should be done on a consistent and constant basis. So that's the first thing. The second thing is it doesn't start with the advertising medium. The advertising medium being AdWords, email, print, or telesales. Forget about the medium to start with. The first thing you need to do is to pick a market, a vertical if that's the case. It could be a pain point that you can address very easily. It could be a job role, but you need to know who you are targeting. That's the first thing. Even if your product or service is relevant to everybody, that's not a problem. The thing is, your marketing cannot be relevant to everybody. Your marketing has got to be specific. Specificity in lead generation is the key. So first of all, pick your market. When you know who you're selling to, then think about what is it you're going to sell to them. Get your message right. Put together an offer. Make something that is really compelling for that individual to listen to. You are going to be competing against, your message is going to be competing against 4,000 or 3,999 other messages, because apparently today research states that we see about 4,000 marketing messages per day, and that's what you're competing against. So you've got to be able to cut through that noise, and that will only happen when a message is relevant to an individual. We filter a lot out and only tune in to those things that are relevant to us. So before you do any lead generation activity, decide on who you're going to sell to and what your message is. Now you can start thinking about mediums. What's the most appropriate medium? The other thing around mediums is it shouldn't be any one. You need to bring together a campaign that touches that customer using different mediums over a longer period of time. Not just a 2-week sales activity, teleselling activity or whatever it might be. You've got to touch those people on a consistent and constant basis with your message. Because the other thing about lead generation is timing. We don't know when a customer is going to experience a problem of which we have a solution to, when the timing might be right, when the contract might be, their existing contract might be coming to an end, and therefore we're appropriate. I get this all the time. One of the leads actually this week that's come from this telesales activity was somebody who has seen over the last 5 months marketing activity and communications from this organization, but the timing wasn't right until now, and they've got the phone call at the right time. And that's the key. You could say, well, all that previous marketing was wasted. Most of your marketing stuff will be wasted. Unfortunately, we don't know which is going to be the winner and which is going to be the losers, so we've got to do it all and let the market select when the time is right for them, but only do that when they will only do that when the message is pertinent and appropriate for them. So you've got to have an ongoing, consistent and multi-mode form of advertising, not one activity. What happens is that most businesses are very reactive. They get a phone call from a telesales agency promoting their services and they go, oh yeah, let's do that, we need more leads. They do that and that doesn't work. Then they get a phone call in from an AdWords agency and they go, we're doing a special offer on AdWords and we can guarantee you so many clicks to your website and all that sort of stuff. And go, oh yeah, let's do that. And anyway, that security campaign we did with the telesales company didn't work. So why don't we try unified communications on the Google AdWords activity? And then that doesn't really work effectively, partly because they're probably wrong message, pushing them to the wrong landing pages and all this sort of stuff. Too many pieces of the puzzle to put right now, but I want you to understand it needs to be a campaign. Who's the market? What's the message? Then think about your mediums, not reacting, and stick with a consistent message over a long period of time. I use the expression linger longer when I teach a lot of salespeople how to be effective in their selling. Marketing is the same. You've got to linger longer with your marketing message, not jumping around. Someone will go, oh look, we tried telesales, that didn't work, and in fact security didn't. So as I said, let's try a different message with a different medium and probably to a different market. And if none of it's joined up, it's a mess. So what you need to do is you need to identify your market, have a very compelling message, something that's appropriate and demonstrates value to that individual, where you can lower the risk or the barrier of entry as much as you can. So we call this risk reversal. What would make it almost a no-brainer for that person to contact you or potentially even work with you? And thirdly, and then think about your marketing mediums, those platforms that you will use to get that message in front of somebody. And it needs to be done over a consistent basis. Letters, I've talked about those quite often. Love letters, not love letters, I love letters. I post mail, physical mail. Send out letters. That warms somebody up so much before then they pick up the phone call. Use LinkedIn or whatever it might be. Yes, use PPC and email and all these sorts of things. They're great, but not in isolation, and they've got to have a consistent message. So hopefully by lingering longer in this video, I've given you more value that will help you pull together more valuable and more effective lead generation campaigns that will bring in high quality leads that will help you make more sales and make more money. And that is my primary goal for all my viewers and all my clients. Now, if you want my help, please do feel free to reach out to me. You can probably message me on whatever platform you're watching this video, or go to my website, achievesuccess.co.uk. You can contact me through various contact options there, and I don't mean for paid services. I mean, if you just want some help, some tips, you want to get on the phone, have a chat for 20-30 minutes, I'm more than happy to help you. Please reach out to me. This is what I do, this is what I love, and when you're successful, that makes me happy, genuinely. So this has been 8-minute Friday, 10-minute Friday. I did say it would be a little bit longer, but hopefully you've got more value from this training rather than just a single tip this week, and that'll help you think about what you're doing and why it might not be working for you and what you could do to make it work significantly more effectively. So I'm Brian Conway. You have a great week ahead of you selling. Enjoy the weekend in the meantime, and I look forward to seeing you next week. You take care. Bye-bye.